Welcome back to the BBR podcast, Bitch Be Real.
We dive into our realistic experiences with relevant perspectives on personal improvement and character development.
We're bringing you our verbal and written views on healing for a well-rounded approach to growth.
Now that we're all here, let's get into it. Welcome back to the BBR pod, Bitch Be Real.
Welcome back. We're so excited to have you.
We're excited for this episode. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about how to romanticize the winter season. Sometimes you just need that. I feel like in the winter season, we just kind of need a little bit more zhuzh, a little bit extra.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to romanticize summer, spring, those seasons. But once you get into winter, it's like, okay, you kind of need to put a little more work.
A little more effort
into romanticizing it. And I feel like the first way to start is with gratitude.
Absolutely. We both believe that there's a pretty big connection between gratitude and the ability to romanticize. How can you romanticize your life without being grateful for the things you have?
Yeah, because grateful is basically having appreciation for the things around you. So is romanticizing. Maybe you could do one without the other, but it would be really hard. And when you're able to be grateful and have gratitude, that's much deeper than romanticizing. So being able to have that first makes everything all the easier.
I agree. And I think that romanticizing, not by definition, but like as a trend on social media at least, is like being able to appreciate the things that you do on a daily basis enough to take a video of them or do something creative with them.
Yeah.
Like making your coffee is such a mundane task, but being able to romanticize that and have enough appreciation for it that you go like above and beyond and make it something worthy of taking a video.
I agree. Let's define gratitude.
So one definition of gratitude is feeling joy in every season of your life. It doesn't matter whether it's in times of joy or sorrow.
And then another definition of gratitude is the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness.
Being overly appreciative of the things that you have that go on in your daily life to ultimately create a more joyful experience in your life.
Yeah, being able to be thankful for all the things, not only big but small.
The definition I gave, in joy or sorrow. Like even if something that you experience isn't great for you, if something bad happens to you, you more than likely learn something from it. So I feel like being able to appreciate even bad things happening to you is kind of a life skill, because in your life bad things are gonna happen. Like that's just that's life, you know? Yeah. And being able to appreciate the experience you had, whether it was good or bad, is like a very good skill to have. And
being able to be mindful about having gratitude. And you can look around your apartment and be like, oh, I have mold up here, and oh, my floor like is broken in this part, or it has a dent. And you can acknowledge that and be like, I don't want to have mold, but I also have a great view and I have this, and the mold can be cleaned. And at the end of the day, the mold isn't so bad that I can't look around and see 10 more things that I'm more grateful for in this apartment. And
like there's always something good. Like there is, even if you have to seek it out slightly, there's always something good going on in your life. There has to be, whether it's a relationship, you know, the food that you're eating, the sunshine during the day, or the sun coming into your apartment, the bed that you woke up in. Even if it's such a like base level thing, like it's something worthy to be grateful for.
Yeah, and even just like waking up, and as cliche as it sounds, you know, you're not going to wake up one day, so being thankful that you didn't die in your sleep.
That's valid.
Like, if you're alive, you should be grateful.
I've definitely written that in my journal before.
Yeah.
Like, I'm grateful for being alive.
Yeah, the fact I didn't die in my sleep. Because everything in life can change, and everything can get better, but once you're dead, and you ain't got no control.
Right.
Be thankful somebody didn't kill you off.
Okay. Natural selection didn't hit you yet.
You can light a charcoal grill. Welcome to your species.
That was funny.
I feel like a big way that we both practice and like instill gratitude into our life is with our morning routine. Mine is centered around making sure my dogs are well taken care of. I can find gratitude even in the bad things. Like, yes, I don't always want to wake up every single morning and instantly take them out, or take them out when it's raining and then feed them and cook their food. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful to have them and that they're healthy. Yes. They're healthy. They're not dead. And I still have my dogs, and they wake me up with kisses, and they get excited to see me, and I get to go outside every morning and sit and watch them play and appreciate the nature. So that's how I start. And then I'll cook their food and I'll cook my food, and I'll like take a moment to be grateful that I have food that is like nourishing and that I enjoy, because there's no better feeling than being able to eat when you're hungry, and no worse feeling than just having nothing to eat. So just be grateful that you have a breakfast. And then I move on by like taking care of my apartment and taking care of myself and feeling grateful that like I have an apartment that I need to clean up after. Like, yes, it's not great that I have to do all these dishes and clean an entire apartment, but I have an entire apartment to take care of, which is something to be grateful for.
I agree.
And then I take care of myself and my body because I'm grateful that I have a body that's functioning. I think about when I'm going to get old and my body is not going to do things that I take for granted it doing now. And so I'm like, I need to be grateful that my body is even letting me stand up and take a 20-minute shower if I want to do that.
Right.
And not be in pain.
That is deep, bestie. That was good.
Thanks, bestie.
Well put. Well said. My morning routine's a little bit more structured. I don't have dogs, so I don't have to, wake up and immediately take them out or anything, which honestly sometimes I wish I did, because it would be really nice to be forced to go outside first thing in the morning, because sometimes I do find myself just like staying inside and being a little hermit. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm trying right now to make my morning routine a little bit more flowy, and not like I used to wake up and immediately try to like wake myself up and get ready for the day, like immediately wake up and put clothes on so that I had more energy or something. But I don't feel like that's sustainable for me, because like waking up and immediately being ready for the day just isn't something that's like that I want to do,
Yeah, or even necessary.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, like I kind of wanted to make it more of a flow, make it more of an easy rising rather than something super structured, super to the T,
Yeah.
So I wake up, I spend a couple minutes in my bed, journal. I have the 5-minute journal, so I go through and there's 3 things that you were grateful for, 3 things that would make the day great, and then a daily affirmation. And I try not to put things that would make the day great, some things that I can't control, like getting a promotion, for example, or, making a ton of money, or people, like things that I can't control. I try not to put those down there. They end up being really simple things, like making breakfast, like something that would make the day great, making breakfast, like, because that's something that I have ultimate control over, you know? So, and also the same thing goes with like the things I'm grateful for in the morning, like the sun rising, the sun coming into my apartment if that's happening, the bed that I woke up in, the roof over my head, things like that. So I do the 5-minute journal. I'll take a couple minutes to just stay in my bed. And then when I wake up, like when my feet touch the ground, I make my bed so that 1, I'm not tempted to get back into it. And 2, because my apartment is so small right now that my bed takes up almost my entire like living space. So if my bed isn't like put together, my whole apartment looks like it's just destroyed, which is like, who wants to do that? So I make my bed every morning, and then I'll get up and open my blinds, and sometimes I'll just go into my bathroom immediately and do like my skincare or take a shower, just depending on like obviously what I'm feeling in the moment, and then what else I have planned for the day. I make breakfast and I make coffee, and I just sit on my bed because I don't have a couch or a counter or a table
or anything.
I just sit on my cute little comfy bed that's already made and eat my breakfast, drink my coffee, and then get into my day.
Love it. Good shit.
So, intimacy of the season. And the title of this topic sounds a little bit weird, because it's not like you're not like going out and fucking, you're not fucking December or anything, but like you're not inviting November into your apartment and being like, come here, baby.
Yeah, come here. You're not pinning November up against the wall or any crazy shit. If anything, it's the other way around.
Valid.
Like, they're dicking you down. The season's dicking you down. But intimacy of the season, more in the sense of like how winter can make you form deeper connections, and you want to form deeper connections usually. You want to stay inside. You want to be around friends and family for the holiday season. And there's not as many activities available that, and the least the way I think about it, like more party activities, like going on a fucking boat and getting drunk and going to the beach and fucking around with a big group of friends. It's more, okay, let's invite a few people over to my house. Let's cook some food and turn on the fireplace, watch some TV, more intimate activities. And so I think inherently embracing the intimacy of winter instead of being like, oh no, I can't go out and party with all my friends on the beach somewhere.
Right.
And accepting that and being like, yeah, okay, now it's the time that I hang out with my friends in my apartment and we do seasonal activities and maybe have more comforting bonding activities together.
You're going out of your way to see the people that you don't see a lot in your life, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
And like your Thanksgiving, Christmas dinners, all those like Christmas parties and stuff, like it's a lot more people that you're closer to.
Yeah.
And you're going out of your way to see those people and again be grateful for those people and their presence in your life.
Inherently, it's a more romantic season.
I'm pretty sure that like November, December is like cuffing season. Like people get married and get engaged in this season. So it's inherently a intimate romantic season.
And I Googled it because I wanted just to know if like we were tripping ass or if it was actually like cuffing season, if that's what you want to call that. There's no better word. It's scientifically proven that people want to, oh God, for lack of better words, again, mate up, find your mate. Because when we were sleeping in caves or doing whatever the fuck we were doing back in the day, you were going to freeze. Like you could actually die from hypothermia. So having a little boo to, kind of cuddle up with kept your body heat in and kept you warmer and helped with survival rates. Yeah. So now when it starts getting cold, we're like, we want someone to cuddle with.
The thing that you read said that like cuddling and like getting close with people in that way was more of a survival thing. It started out as more of a survival thing. Like you didn't have to be in love with that person or whatever, to cuddle them. And now it's more of it's like morphed over time into something that's just desired by humans.
Yeah.
Like the connection that comes from
being with somebody in that way.
Yeah.
Like exchanging body heat.
That's such a primal way to say that. Like,
it's like, oh, I just want to cuddle up with somebody. I want to exchange body heat.
No, literally.
Imagine to optimize survival.
Bitch, imagine if you responded to that. I just want to cuddle. And you were just like, I want to exchange body heat.
God, that would be so fucking weird.
It would.
That would be so fucking weird. Ew. I feel like we covered that one.
Our next topic is combating seasonal depression and like how to do that.
How to combat when December is taking you down. What to do.
What to do.
It's a very widely experienced form of depression because it's specific to when you're not getting enough sunlight. And when the sun sets earlier and you see less sunlight in your day, it can cause the chemicals in your brain to change during the winter and you develop depression. And so I feel like it's really important to know how to combat that or how to cope with it. And once you've gone through it a few times, that's kind of when you figure it out.
And almost being proactive about it and like knowing that it's probably going to happen. You're probably going to get into that slump where you're like, oh, it's cold outside. I can't see any of my friends. Like, I just want summer back. But like being proactive about that, knowing that it's going to happen and trying, like doing your best to go out of your way to make the season more enjoyable.
Yeah. Going ahead and setting up a routine or changing a few things that you do to make sure that you lessen it when it does come and help cope with it when it's there.
Right. So, I feel like one way that both of us do that is like comfort shows. Like I watch Friends all year. Let's be real. I've rewatched that shit like 700 times in my life. But especially in the winter season, I feel like Friends, like the kind of like not old school, but like 2000s, like cozy, and even like the older movies too in this season are the iconic staples.
They make your heart feel fuzzy.
Yeah. The shows and movies that make you feel warm and fuzzy.
Take a guess.
At yours? Sex and the City?
Sex and the City, because it's like not that all of it's set during the winter, but like a good majority of it's just in the colder months and, they're wearing their little cozy fashion. So that's my go-to staple. And that show like inspires me so much that it kind of helps me in that aspect as well. But when I'm feeling, I just want something that's like cozy. Like people are going to think this is fucking ass backwards, but like makes me feel all warm inside and like, ooh, like just I want to cuddle up with a book is You.
Mm.
Like, I love watching season 1, not 2 or 3, season 1 of You over and over and over on repeat in the winter. Because it's like they're in New York City and, they're in a little bookstore and it's like very.
It's very New York and winter core.
Yeah. Like, it's like academia.
Mm.
And it's like, okay, they're in a little bookshop and it's a little dusty and they got on navy blue and beige and they're like reading Charles Dickens and it's like, wow, okay, this is winter. Like, I don't know. It's a very comforting thing. And Hallmark movies.
Oh, obviously Hallmark movies, bruh.
Like, Hallmark movies, like Home Alone, all these different things
Christmas Story.
Yeah, all the ones I watched during the holidays, put that hoe on the TV. I'm gonna be set.
Even in the background while you're cooking or something.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's a great, like, especially season specific things, like around Christmas, and there's not really that many Thanksgiving movies, but mainly Christmas movies are very specific. Like, you're a psychopath if you watch Christmas movies and it's not Christmas time. So you can look forward to watching those, and that can give you something to romanticize during the Christmas months.
I agree. Another thing that I feel like is a big one that can help you cope with if you have seasonal depression, but just like the negatives of the season, is decorating your space. Like, even if it's like your room, your apartment, your house, or like helping decorate your parents or whatever house, and just bringing in something. And it doesn't, I mean, exploding your house with Christmas decorations can get super expensive, but you can always, like the way that I've done it is kind of just like swap out things that I already have in my apartment. Like, if I have a little poster or something, making it Christmas themed.
Yeah.
And honestly, this was more for fall than Christmas. But like, I feel like in the winter season in general, you can do that ghost trend thing and like thrift those old paintings. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. You okay over there, bestie?
Yes.
But you could go and thrift those paintings, those like old antique looking paintings from the thrift store, and instead of doing like ghosts, you could make it like a winter wonderland or something and replace the poster on your wall with that. Super cheap idea, but there are definitely ways that you can bring the Christmas spirit or the holiday spirit into your space.
I also feel like another really important thing, especially because it is caused by not getting enough sunlight, is if it's conducive with your schedule at all, try to wake up earlier. Like, when I worked my other job, this just wouldn't have been possible because I was getting home at 3 a.m. But now that I get home at 10 or 11, I can wake up at 8 or 9, and I'm getting just those few extra hours of sunlight, which really help and just make you feel like your day's longer, which is nice. And then extra self-care as well, like taking care of your nourishment a little bit more, like making yourself nice meals, nice warming meals like soups and pastas, etc., like things that comfort you, as well as spending extra time to do relaxing self-care. I feel like baths and face mask and giving yourself the time to just be a little bit lazy and watch TV, etc., is important, because when you're just wanting to be lazy, sometimes the answer is not always to be like really down on yourself and force yourself to do those things. Sometimes you just need to give into it in a controlled way.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to let myself watch TV for the next hour or two, and then this is my plan. And when I've got the energy back, I'm going to get up and do this. That's productive. So, like, not beating yourself up for taking that time.
That is all of the ways that we embrace the winter season, or any of our advice to combat seasonal depression in any way or be proactive about it. So that is almost the end of this episode, because we have a new segment. If you watched our last episode, we kind of talked about introducing a weekly quote, but we're going to start doing something a little bit different. Our girl here is quite the writer. So we're introducing a new segment called She's a Writer. She writes a lot, so she's just going to bring in some of her, I think it's pretty poetic, but I don't know if by the standards of poetry, if it's actually poetry. But it's kind of like deep thoughts, and I think it's really interesting.
Basically, shit I write that I feel like could apply to this because I enjoy writing and I enjoy the podcast. So why not combine the two? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. When the leaves fall and the chill sets in, when the sun sets earlier and the nights become longer, how do you feel when you can no longer step outside and feel the warmth on your skin? That's it, besties.
Beautiful.
Yeah, what do the motherfucking poetry bitches do? They're like, she ate with that line.
She ate it. She ate and left no crumbs. No crumbs.
No crumbs. She vacuumed.
She vacuumed with her mouth.
That's it for our episode on winter thingies.
Winter thingies. That's what I'm going to title it. Winter thingies.
Winter thingies. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed.
As always, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at the BBR Pod. And we will see you in the next episode.
Bye. Love ya.